Welcome to Ace My Exams Learning. Let us get started with today's learning.
Religious Education Grade 10. Question: Identify basic facts on Judaism. Judaism is one of the most significant religions in world history and has deeply influenced other belief systems. The following facts relate to Judaism. 1. Founding of Judaism. Judaism was founded in the late 6th century BCE in Israel and Judah. This period was marked by the Babylonian exile, after which Jewish religious traditions were recorded and strengthened. The historical context of its founding highlights the resilience of the Jewish people in maintaining their faith and identity despite political challenges. By being established so early, Judaism provided a foundation that shaped the development of later religions such as Christianity and Islam. 2. Oldest monotheistic religion. Judaism is recognized as the oldest of the monotheistic religion. This means it was the first religion to emphasize belief in a single God, contrasting with the polytheistic traditions common in ancient times. The fact that it is the oldest shows its central role in shaping the idea of worshipping one divine being and influencing countless generations. Its teachings introduced values such as justice, morality, and social responsibility, which continue to guide believers today. 3. Belief in one God and the Ten Commandments. A key belief in Judaism is the conviction that there is one all-powerful God and gave the Ten Commandments to Moses. This God is viewed as eternal, sovereign, and actively involved in guiding humanity. The Ten Commandments form a moral and ethical code that shapes the daily lives of believers, providing rules for relationships with God and with other people. This belief emphasizes that human beings must live in obedience to divine law, and it places responsibility on followers to uphold justice and righteousness. 4. Covenant and chosen people. Judaism also teaches that its followers have a covenant with God. They are known as the chosen people. This covenant is understood as a sacred agreement between God and the people of Israel, binding them to a life of faith, obedience, and holiness. Being regarded as the chosen people does not mean superiority, but rather a responsibility to live according to God's laws and serve as an example to others. This sense of covenant gives Jewish identity a unique strength and continuity throughout history. Question: Identify basic facts on Taoism. Taoism is an ancient Chinese religion and philosophy that emphasizes harmony with the natural world. Its teachings continue to influence culture, spirituality, and ways of living in both the East and the West. The following facts relate to Taoism. 1. Founder and establishment. Taoism was established by a man called Lao Tzu in the late 4th century BCE. Lao Tzu is regarded as a wise teacher and philosopher who recorded his teachings in a text known as the Tao Te Ching. The late 4th century BCE was a time of great philosophical activity in China, and Lao Tzu's ideas about balance, humility, and simplicity formed the foundation of Taoist thought. His role as founder highlights the importance of wisdom and observation of nature in shaping this belief system. 2. Followers follow the Tao. Followers of Taoism are guided by the principle to follow the Tao, the path, of the universe, and not to fight against the flow of the universe. The Tao represents the natural order and rhythm of existence, encouraging people to live in harmony rather than resisting what life presents. This teaching reminds individuals to accept change, to act with humility, and to avoid unnecessary conflict. By living in accordance with the Tao, people find peace, balance, and fulfillment in their lives. 3. Yin and Yang. Another central belief in Taoism is the concept of yin and yang. This symbol expresses the balance of opposite forces in the universe, such as light and darkness, male and female, or strength and gentleness. Taoism teaches that these opposites are not enemies, but complementary, working together to create harmony in all aspects of life. Understanding yin and yang helps believers to see balance in nature, relationships, and personal growth, encouraging them to appreciate the interconnectedness of all things. Question: Identify basic facts on African traditional religions. African traditional religions are rooted in the culture, history, and experiences of African communities. The following facts can be observed about African traditional religions. 1. It's amongst the oldest in the world. African traditional religions are recognized as being amongst the oldest in the world. This means that their practices, beliefs, and customs were formed long before many modern religions came into existence. They developed naturally from the daily lives of African people, their interaction with nature, and their search for meaning. Because of their ancient origins, these religions provide valuable insight into the earliest human attempts to understand the spiritual world and the mysteries of life. 2. Strong belief in a supernatural being. At the heart of African spirituality lies a strong belief in a supernatural being who is responsible for the creation and order of the universe. This being is often understood as the supreme God who is above all, yet not always approached directly. Instead, people acknowledge the greatness of this divine power by living in ways that respect nature, humanity, and morality. The belief in a supernatural being reflects the deep trust that communities place in the idea of divine guidance and protection. 3. Ancestors as mediators with God. African traditional religions emphasize that people call on their ancestors to communicate with God on their behalf. Ancestors are regarded as family members who have passed away but remain spiritually present. Because of their closeness to the living and their connection to God, they are believed to act as mediators between humans and the divine. This practice shows the importance of family bonds and the belief that the spirits of ancestors continue to guide, protect, and bless the living. Rituals, offerings, and prayers are often used to honor them, ensuring ongoing harmony between the spiritual and human worlds. 4. Use of oral tradition. The knowledge and practices of African spirituality are preserved through oral tradition, filled with myths, stories and rituals that are passed down from the elders to the younger generation. Instead of being written down, the teachings are shared through spoken word, songs, dances, and ceremonies. Myths explain the origins of the world, stories teach moral lessons, and rituals mark important life events such as birth, initiation, marriage, and death. Elders play a central role in this process because they are seen as custodians of wisdom who ensure that cultural and religious practices remain alive from one generation to the next. Question: Identify basic facts on Baha'i. The Baha'i faith is a relatively new religion that emphasizes unity, peace, and the oneness of humanity. Its origins and key beliefs helps to see how it connects people across different cultures and religions. It's rooted in the following facts. 1. One of the youngest of the world's religions. The Baha'i faith is recognized as one of the youngest of the world's religion. Compared to ancient religions such as Hinduism, Judaism, and African traditional religions, it is modern in origin yet draws inspiration from earlier spiritual teachings. Being a young religion has allowed it to respond to contemporary social challenges while promoting principles of equality, unity, and justice. 2. Founder and establishment. Baha'i was founded in Iran by a man called Baha'u'llah in 1844. Baha'u'llah is considered the prophet and messenger of God in this faith. His teachings form the foundation of the religion, emphasizing moral conduct, spiritual growth, and global unity. The establishment in 1844 marks a significant moment in religious history, as it introduced a vision that sought to reconcile humanity and promote universal peace. 3. Belief in one God. Central to Baha'i is the belief in only one God. This God is the creator of all life, eternal, and sovereign over the universe. Followers are taught to worship God through obedience, prayer, and good deeds. The focus on one supreme deity continues the monotheistic tradition seen in religions such as Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. 4. Unity of all religions. Baha'i teaches that all religions will eventually become one religion. This principle emphasizes the spiritual unity underlying all faiths and encourages followers to recognize the common values shared by different religions. It promotes tolerance, understanding, and cooperation between diverse religious communities, fostering a vision of global harmony. 5. Recognition of prophets. In line with its inclusive teachings, Baha'i recognizes that Moses, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha are all prophets of God. This means that the messages brought by these figures are part of a continuous divine guidance that leads humanity toward moral and spiritual development. By acknowledging these prophets, Baha'i emphasizes respect for other religions while highlighting its belief in progressive revelation.
To access more learning and exam preparation materials, go to www.acemyexams.coza. This link is also in the video description below. Thank you for watching this video. Remember to subscribe and be the first to know when we upload new videos.